Hi, Peter Eddy here. Today I want to tell you about a concert that I went to last night. I went to see in Jones Beach in New York. Foreigner. Foreigner is doing their um, final tour, um, which was going to take into 2024. And they're doing a lot of cities. I don't know if they're doing Europe, but they're definitely doing most of America. Most of America. So anyway, I want to tell you the experience and all that. Now, the warm-up band was Loverboy. Um, they started about 7. It's called for 7 o'clock. They started about 7:30. Now, I just want to tell you a couple of things that maybe some of you guys are not gonna like hearing about this, but some of your fans. But I want to be totally honest. I never really liked Loverboy so much. I didn't think that they were such a great band throughout the years that they were around. Now, in my opinion, I think they only had one really good song. Everybody working for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. And they did that. Of course, they did that. That might even have been the last song. That's the biggest hit. But you see by the audience reaction to everything that they did, mostly people sat the whole time and they were applauded after they played. But there was no, they didn't really go crazy over them. A lot of people stood up for Everybody's Working for the Weekend. Just like the biggest hit. There's one other song that they played that people really enjoyed. I forgot what it was called, but it wasn't bad. But I don't think they're a great group, great band. I don't even know how many albums they have. I don't know much about them. I didn't follow them throughout the years. But Foreigner, I'm gonna say some things that maybe some Foreigner fans are not gonna like either. Foreigner, this is their farewell tour. As I said, they're going into they're gonna continue probably into 2024. Of course, it's massive. They're going all over. But after this, they're no more touring. I don't know if there's going to be any more albums or anything. I must say, there's only one original member from Foreigner, and that's Mick Jones. But Mick Jones has been ill, and he hasn't even been on a tour yet. So last night, Mick Jones wasn't there. He was not there at all. I don't know if he's going to be there, if he's going to be at any of the concerts. Because I don't think he's well. And when he was well enough, he maybe was there for one song. But he wasn't there at all last night. They had a different guitarist. So, not one of the members of Foreigner are original. So, in a way, it's a cover band. Because there's no original people there. I heard two things about this. Now, if you take every band member from a band and you replace them with whole new members, then gotta be a cover band. You still call yourself Foreigner? Okay. Can you imagine? When I think I spoke about this once. When Led Zeppelin, their drummer died, they quit. Led Zeppelin broke up. They said there's no Led Zeppelin without John Bonham. And in a way, they're right. Led Zeppelin was these four members: Page, Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham. If one of them is gone, there's no more band. So they broke up. Now, the Beatles broke up, but they broke up. They were all alive at the time they broke up. But let's say they didn't break up. Let's say it was 1980 and John Lennon was assassinated. You think they would continue and call themselves the Beatles and get some other singer to replace John Lennon? I don't think so. Because the Beatles are John, Paul, George, and Ringo. That's the Beatles. It's not John, Paul, George, and Robert. I mean, I said John. It's not Robert, Paul, George, and Ringo. It's John, Paul, George, and Ringo. The Rolling Stones, they're a little different. Their drummer died recently, and they have a new drummer. Some people, they're continuing. Some people, they do this. But if Mick Jagger was gone, would they call themselves the Rolling Stones? I don't think so. So anyway, going back to this, there's not one original member of Foreigner. Now, the lead singer that used to be there, he was a great frontman. His voice, it made Foreigner. Lou Gramm. Lou Gramm was a great singer, and I think he still sings good. But he got sick in the 1990s. He had a brain tumor, and he had surgery, and then he had complications from the surgery. So he had to quit. I guess he had to quit the band. And then they replaced him in 2005. They replaced him with Kelly Hansen, who's been there ever since. But he's not original. Now Kelly Hansen, he tries to sound like Lou Brand. As a matter of fact, I heard that when he first came, Mick Jones told him, study Lou Brand and try to make that sound. So he did that. He listened to all the records, and that's what he did. But you know what? He sings good. He's a very good singer. But you know what? He's not Lou Gramm. He's not Lou Gramm. Lou Gramm was able to hit the high notes and all that easily. And Kelly Hansen, he seems like he has to try hard. He's trying hard to sound like him. Sings with a lower tone voice, but he's trying very hard to sound like him. He's not doing a terrible job, but he's not Lou Gramm. Let me tell you, he's not Lou Gramm. So I came to this concert, and he puts on a good show. But singing wise, I know there's a difference. But it was a good show. They did most of their songs. It It was over 2 hours, and he did a good job. But as I said, they're not original members. They're not. Now, I heard something from a DJ on the radio said about this. Said, about taking a band where there's no original members anymore, and he compared it to baseball. He said like the Yankees, right? In the olden days, they had Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and all, but then you have a whole new baseball team. Like today's players are not the same as the players in the 1920s. And you still call them the Yankees. It's the same pinstripe. I'm making a video for people. Yeah. My special needs kid. He's a wonderful child. Anyway, so that was that analogy, saying that it's okay to still call yourself foreigner if you don't have any original members, because you just had the same pinstripes. You're still foreigner, just like you're still the Yankees or still the Mets or still the Dodgers. I don't go for that. I don't think that you could still call yourself the group if there's nobody that's original. If you have one guy that's original, then maybe you could do it. One guy. But if no one's original, call yourself Foreigner 2 or something, Make yourself a different name and say, and you're a cover band for Foreigner. You could be very good. You could sound like them. But you're not the original people. Kelly Hansen does not sound like Lou Gramm. Even today, Lou Gramm sings very well. He does his own concerts. Sings foreign songs. Okay. So, like one of my favorite songs by Foreigner is Urgent. And I love the way the studio recording of that is, and how Lou Gramm sounds in it. They did it live last night, which everyone went crazy because it's a great song. I enjoyed it also, but I can see there's a difference. There is a total difference in the sound of the song from Kelly Hansen's voice. And again, I'm not saying he has a bad voice. He has a decent voice, but he's not the same.